Hi, this is Jack Godfrey and this is Beginner Qigong. In today's class we're going to focus on the Golden Qi Ball series once again, and also for the next couple of videos we're going to be talking about bone density and how you can use Qigong to improve bone density. So there's several movements in the Golden Qi Ball series which put stress on the bones, which helps to increase bone density, and there's some also in the 3 Hearts, 9 Gates and several other movements as well outside of those two series which help build bone density. And after we've done some selected movements from the Golden Qi Ball series, I'll be demonstrating a Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. But to begin with, bone density. How to improve bone density? There's a researcher, a scientist, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and he determined that if you put stress on the bones, that the density, the mineral density of the bones will increase. And so he did a test with a bunch of turkeys. He took 2 groups of turkeys. He put one group in a coop in a fenced-in area over here on the ground with nothing special going on, so that was the control group. Then he had another group over here, and same setup, a coop, a fenced-in area on the ground, but for this group he had a vibrating plate buried under the ground. So we had normal dirt on top, but underneath we had this plate that was vibrating at a very high rate of speed. And so he left the 2 groups, the regular control group and the vibrating plate group, for several months. And at the beginning of the experiment, he measured the density of the 2 groups of turkeys and recorded what it was, of course. And then after several months, he checked the bone density of the control group and the vibrating plate group, and he found that the turkeys that were just in the control group, their bone density stayed pretty much the same. Maybe went down a little bit on some of them, maybe went up on some of them, but overall it was the same bone density as they started out with. The group over here in on the vibrating plate, they had a higher bone density. That's what his measurements found. And so this became known as Wolff's Law. Put bones under stress and their bone density will increase. So this was a discovery in the late 1800s, early 1900s. More recently, there was a study done of professional tennis players. And so, what happens is, with a tennis player, especially professional ones, they're practicing all the time. And they're whacking the ball with their tennis racket. And every time they hit that ball, they get a vibration up their arm and into their shoulder. And they'd be doing this all day long, thousands of times, whacking the ball. So what these scientists did is they looked at, well, I'm left-handed, so I'd hit tennis ball in the racket in my left hand. The majority of the world's going to be right-handed. So I'll try to remember that. So they would study the right arm, the bone density in the right arm compared to the bone density in the left arm. And they found for the right-handed tennis players, the professionals, that the bone density in their right hand was significantly higher than the bone density in their left hand. And they concluded from that that Wolff's Law held up, in that the more you put stress on the bones, the more dense the bones will get. Now there's several movements in the Golden Qi Ball series. For example, the very first one where we're doing the shaking the 9 gates and we're twisting and we're lifting up and down. All of those movements are putting stress on the bones. Phoenix ascends the flame, where we lower down and grab the qi from the earth and we lift back up. The muscles are putting stress on the bones. There's a couple movements in the 8 pieces of brocade. King shakes his body is a very good example, where with you lift up and you drop on your heels and you cause vibration throughout the entire body. So that's the story about Wolff's Law and how it increases bone density in the body. So now we'll get on with our practice for today, the Golden Chi Ball series. So today we're going to be focusing on the Golden Chi Ball series as our primary segment of the class. But as always, we start with establishing our foundation, doing our standing position. So you want to have the feet comfortably hip-width apart. Lift the toes, lift the heels, swing on the ball joint. And you want to have the heel just about touch the ball joint of the other foot. Lift the heel, lift the toe, pivot on the ball joint again. And here we have the feet comfortably hip-width apart, outside of hips, outside of feet, one above the other. And now we move on to the small triangle and then back onto the large triangle. So small triangle, big toe, little toe, and the ball joint. Large triangle, big toe, little toe, heel. And as we move the weight into the toes and then back into the heels, we keep the feet firmly on the floor. So the toes stay on the floor the whole time and the heels stay on the floor. So what we're doing here is we're just shifting the weight forward onto the toes and then backwards onto the heel. And we're keeping the feet firmly on the ground. And now a turtle back and a dragon's back. So a turtle back looks like this from the side. Tuck the tailbone in, drop the ribs, bring the shoulders forward, drop the chin. A nice round back, big stretch in the back. A dragon's back. We lift the tailbone, we lift the ribs, we lift the chin, and we bring the shoulders back and down. So big stretch in the front is a dragon's back, and this is a turtle back. So now we'll start with our standing posture, standing like a tree. So you have the feet comfortably hip-width apart. Center the weight between the heels and the toes. Bend the knees slightly. Grab the hips. Push down with the thumbs. Pull the belly button in. Lift the ribs. Lift the chin. Gaze to the horizon. So we're not looking up. We're not looking down. We're looking off into the distance. And then we lift the top of the head to the heavens. So we're lengthening the spine here. And now we bring the arms up. So you want to have the palms about the same height as the eyes. So the center of the palms about the same height as the eyes. Bring the hands forward so they're in line with the toes, more or less. Pull the shoulder blades towards each other behind the back. Inhale. We lean forward on the small triangle. Push against the breeze. Exhale, we drift back. Let the breeze push the tree. So inhaling and exhale. So we inhale for a count of 4. Exhale. Inhaling for 4. And exhale. One more breath. So you inhale for 4. And we exhale for 4. And let the arms come on down. And now we'll begin with the Golden Chi Ball series, but first of all, we pull down the heavens 3 times. So inhale, we reach to the earth. Exhale, we go to the opposite side and we pull down from the heavens. And once more. All right, Golden Chi Ball series starts with shaking the 9 gates. Your hands are wet. Shake the water off your hands. So you want to have the wrists turning, the arms going up and down, and the shoulders involved in this as well. And so this is the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders. And then we add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. And then we twist and we look over the shoulder. We're back to the front. And we switch and we twist and we look over the other side. And we come back to the front. Should have some color in the palms of your hand, a bit of tingling going on. This is getting the chi out to the extremities. And we draw that chi that we've generated in to the brass basin. So next is standing on a boat. So it's inhale, small triangle, dragon's back as we come up. Exhale. Large triangle, turtle back. So inhaling. Inhale, we lift the ribs, we lift the chin. Exhale, we drop the ribs, drop the chin. 2 more of these. All right, and the next one is Phoenix ascends the flame. So it's inhale, we reach down to the earth, we gather some chi, we come up to the heavens, and then we draw it in to the brass basin. So inhaling, small triangle. Exhale, large triangle. Inhale, gather the chi from the earth, reach up to the heavens, and bring the chi in to the brass basin. And once more. All right, next is monkey leaps from a tree. And so for this one, we reach up, we catch a parasol, we look at the parasol, and we sink down. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. We come back up, and we catch another parasol. Exhale, we sink down. We watch the parasol as we lower down. We put the parasol down. We come back up with a turtle back. Exhale with a dragon's back. We sink down. Inhale, we come up. So small triangle. large triangle. We come up, small triangle. A dragon's back on the way down. A turtle back on the way up. And so we'll do one more here. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And that's monkey, leaps from a tree. And now the next one is snake rises from the grass. So for this guy, we gather the chi from the heavens. Bring it around to the kidneys. We stretch the front of the body. And then exhale. We come around the inside of the leg. So we fold forward the dragon's back. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we drop the chi in to the brass basin. So inhaling. And now we'll do two more of these. So snake rises from the grass. Once more. All right, and now the next one we're going to look at is embracing the sun and the moon. So for this guy, we need to have our feet further apart because we're moving from side to side. So we want to be in the stacking of the bone stance. So this leg bent, this leg straight, shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a stack, all in a pile, and that's why it's called stacking the bone stance. We come over here and we have the same thing going on. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a stack. If I had a broomstick, I could put it down by my ankle and put it in front of the shoulder, and the hips and the ankle and the shoulder would be all touching the broomstick. And that's what we're looking to have happen. You want to have a stack of bones here. So now, embracing the sun and the moon, first of all, we work from our foundation up. So shift over here. Put the weight in the heels. This causes the hips to turn a little bit, so I'm facing this way. Shift into the toes. The hips turn. Push with the toes, land in the heel. And now I'm looking this way. So the hips and the torso are turning. Shift the weight into the toes. And we're over here, we're looking like so. So put the hands here, fingertips in the belly button, pop the hands out. Come over here, shift into the heels. So this is our beginning position. Put the weight in the toes, push with the toes, land in the heel. And now I'm looking over here towards the small tree. Shift into the toes, push with the toes, land in the heel. So this is us moving from side to side. And now, hold a ball here beside the ribs. Shift the weight into the toes. Push with the toes. Land in the heel. And bring the ball over here. Shift the weight to the toes. Land in the heel. And the ball rises up. So exhale. The ball comes down. Inhale. The ball comes up. Push with the toes. Land in the heel. Push with the toes. We land in the heel. So embracing the sun and the moon, we gather some chi from the sun. We bring it into the brass basin. We gather some chi from the moon, and we bring that in as well. So inhale. We watch the ball as it moves from side to side. And we'll do one more on each side. So this is one of them. And now we bring the feet back to that narrow stance. So we're going to do one more movement from the Golden Chi Ball series, and then we'll focus on, for a few minutes, Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. So this one is going to be return to fetal position. So for this guy, we use a robin's egg fist, which we've shown before, but we'll do it again. So an open fist. You close the thumb in, bring the fingertips to the thumb, and we have an opening here that you can put a finger through, or a thumb, whatever. So it's an open fist, and it can hold a robin's egg, hence its name, a robin's egg fist. So now, return to fetal position. So for this guy, we gather some chi into that robin's egg fist, bring it around to the kidneys. We come forward and down. We lift the chin. We lift the tailbone. Drop the head. And then inhale, we come up, circling the abdomen, and we drop the chi in to the brass basin. So we gather the chi. We come on down. Inhale, we come up, and exhale. And looking from the side. So inhale, we gather the chi, bring it around to the kidneys. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, we come up, and exhale. So once more. And now we'll do two more facing straight on. So we gather the chi from the heavens, bring it around to the kidneys, and then we come forward. We lower the hips, bring the elbows to the knees, the head to the wrists. And then inhale, we come up, and exhale, we drop. And that's return to fetal position. And this is all that we're going to cover in the Golden Chi Ball series, as we're going to move on to look a little bit at Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. So gather the chi from the earth and pull it down from the heavens. So twice more. All right. And now Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. This is an example of introducing a lot of vibration into the body. And so it looks like this. So this is Buddha Palm, palms up. And this is the mortar falling from the sky. And so the back of the hand comes to the palm, a little faster than this as well. And so it comes down like so. And so it's an open hand, so the hand is just closed a little bit, and it's landing in the palm. And of course, you do it on the other side as well. And at the same time, there's something going on with the body. So you put all the weight, you turn this foot to the side a little bit. You put all the weight, you sink into this leg. This hand is here. This hand comes up, the leg comes up, and they both come down at the same time. So the foot stomps on the earth, and the hand, and the back of the hand falls into the palm. Both of these movements are creating vibration in the body. So as the foot lands flat on the floor. We're getting vibrations, stresses through the leg all the way up into the hip. And as the hand comes down on the palm, we're getting vibrations in the wrist, in both of them, and up through the arm and up into the shoulder as well. So this is causing a lot of stress on the bones and will help to remineralize them over time. And of course, you have to do it more than just with me on this video. It'd be like several times throughout the day. And so we're here on this side, all the weight's on this leg, palms here. Bring the hand up, we come down, like so. And when I was teaching this in one of my classes, one of the ladies said, greet the salesman at the door. What do you want? And so that's how she remembered what it was. And she does it quite a lot at home. So Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. And so you here's your Buddha Palm, here's the mortar coming down. And once more on the other side. So bring the hand up and let it fall down. Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. A good way to put a lot of stress on all of the bones throughout the body. And now we'll wrap up the session as we usually do with our 5 directions. So we're back in that stacking of the bones stance with the feet more or less parallel because we're moving from side to side here. So the 5 directions: forward, backwards, off to the right side, off to the left side, and then coming down to the center. And so we have small triangle, large triangle. We have the body turning as we shift from side to side as well. And we're breathing in for a count of 4. We're breathing out for a count of 4. So let's begin. So inhale, we come forward. Exhale, we come backward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now to the center. Inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 8. Inhale, small triangle. Exhale, large triangle. Inhale, weight in the heel. Shift to the toe. Inhale, weight in the heel. Shift to the toe. Small triangle. And large triangle. Dragon's back. Turtle back. Two more of these. Watch the hands. last cycle. And we'll bring the feet back together, and that's the class for today. Thank you all for coming. And now, a little word from your sponsor, if you wish. I produce videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube. On Saturdays, I have a live class on Zoom. And if you'd like to take part in that class, it's on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Atlantic time, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And what you need to do is send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com, and I'll add you to the distribution list for the invite to the Zoom class on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m.